Well, hello there, YouTube. How's it going? Good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's been quite a minute since I've made a video, especially an XRP video or Bitcoin video, just like this, where I tell you what I think is going on with the market. A lot of you guys have been directly messaging me, being like, where'd you go, blah, 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 etc., etc. So here we are. Whoosh. Good times, great oldies. Let's talk. First off, my Twitter account got deleted, so you probably haven't been able to see any of my tweets. You gotta go follow me on Twitter. So go type into Twitter, the Kung Fu Nerd, refollow my account. I had it deactivated, so that's the first thing. Bitcoin finally broke 19K. It had been hitting 19K resistance for a few days, I think, maybe for a day or two, and it finally broke through last night. XRP at near the same time hit 92 cents in Coinbase. I think in most exchanges it only went to about 75 cents or 80 cents, and it dropped back down to about 58, and now it's stabilized at I think 68, 69. This is a huge uptick from where it was a week ago at 30 cents. So what exactly happened? What's changed? There's not a whole lot of news or announcements around anything changing about regulation for international banking laws, and there's not a lot of discussion about banks letting go of their Nostro Vostro accounts and utilizing XRP. But one of the things we can say, and one of the things I've been doing more recently, is a lot of stock option trading. If you guys are interested in that, we'll be making more videos about that as well. And there's links in the description to join Webull, which is my preferred stock option trading app, and also to join Binance if you guys want to do futures trading for Bitcoin and XRP, which we'll also be talking about that in future videos. So we had some basic videos on those, how to get into those platforms. The links are in the description, and we'll be doing advanced trading videos on these platforms using probably a less risky leverage with you guys than I would use for myself, because I enjoy the high risk, high reward. But in stock option trading, when I'm trading options on stocks, I don't necessarily look at the news. In fact, I never look at the news because it's reactive. And we talked about this back in the day when we had live streams. News is reactive to information that you can get right now from the market. So yesterday when XRP is running up and people were asking what's happening, the market's telling you very clearly in a direct message what's happening. And we don't know the news yet, but we know that the value and the intrinsic cost has gone up. So what we're looking at is the message of the markets. And I was reading a book talking about this, and it's a very, very good book that I will put a link, the Amazon link in the description as well. Message of the Market is an old book from the year 2000. It talks about market crashes from 1920 to 1928 to 1950 to 1970, 1980. It has all these different great instances of market crashes happening, and the markets themselves delivering a very real message in real time about the value of something before the news breaks about why that value has changed. And so, as we have said in the past, years ago, when we used to stream and talk about XRP all the time, Bitcoin and XRP utilize each other. We need the XRP protocol payment rail to send Bitcoin more efficiently, and we need that interoperable layer for central banks and for governances to create central bank digital currencies and to have those exchange in lagooned assets like Bitcoin and isolated exchanges like New York Stock Exchange. So what we're looking at is the realization that this has taken on a new value, gaining over 105% over the last week. It's a very real message that there is value in this token, and the protocol layer is going to be used as an interoperable solvency for financial remittances. As we've been saying for years, this is only bound to happen, but we don't know when. So the biggest question mark has always been the time frame. Like, when does this happen? And as we can see right now, there's a whole lot of things happening this year. There is the catastrophe of the pandemic. There's a huge market sell-off and crash. There's like 4 limit downs within like a month. And we had all of these stock markets laws change to allow the Federal Reserve to offer buoyancy through overnight repo rates and lending programs that had never been created before. So all these huge changes have created a catastrophic storm of potential for what this digital landscape of financial opportunity looks like. Originally, when I made this channel, I had the perfect vision of thinking like, I'll do a bunch of body exercise training videos, and separately we'll do a bunch of finance, investment, understanding financial derivative structure videos as well, educational tutorials in both areas. And I want to get back to doing that, and primarily right now I'm going to be focusing on getting some more videos up about XRP, Bitcoin, stock option trading, and futures trading. So Ta-da! Welcome back. We're going to go through all these things. Why do these things have value? What's the potential for you purchasing them now? If you're brand new to cryptocurrency and you never heard of XRP, and maybe you've heard of Bitcoin and you're like, why would I buy it now? It's 19K. It's the highest it's ever been. Potentially, there's a reason to buy Bitcoin even now. It's still at the very early stages of adoption, and it's still very low in value compared to potentially where it could find value in the next 10 years. Looking at a 10-year trajectory for these assets, it's easy to see, yes, I would encourage someone to take a position now. But I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not offering you financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm merely offering insight and education into why these financial systems are changing and what that looks like for you, the average person, moving forward. So ideally, investing as a basic term is a hedge against loss of value, which means that you, inside your lifetime, will see your dollar depreciate 70% of its value. That's a huge amount. Because of inflation, our dollar is devalued every year. And what this means that inside your lifetime, you could be holding $1 million in cash, and at the end of your life, it is only worth a third of that, even if you still have $1 million. And the reason this is confusing sometimes is because we don't consider the dollar value outside of the US market. So the dollar value fluctuates in international markets, which means the US dollar gains and loses strength compared to other currencies. And what this looks like is all fiat currencies that are printed and manipulated by governments have a natural inflation rate. It's an incentive to spend. And what that means is basic investment principles look at what you can allocate and put your money in now that gives you an annual return that, at least in the basic sense, hedges against loss of value through inflation. So in a very basic term, what this means is that's why people buy stocks. This is why there's a link in my description for you to go to Webull and jump into the stock exchange and take positions in stocks. And people would say, well, it's overvalued, be careful. And maybe I'd say, well, you're a bear. And that's fine. You can always think that there's potential for the market to crash and it's overvalued. And the reality is that as more and more people are born and more people come to age and have a job and have the potential to invest, they realize the potential of a simple 8 to 10% annual return in a stock that has a high cash flow and has a good trajectory moving forward. This is why they continually buy stocks, even in the middle of potentially it being overvalued, because the risk is not that high compared to some of the other things you could be doing with your money. Now let's move this conversation to cryptocurrencies. Why would I want to take position in cryptocurrency that potentially is at its all-time high, near its all-time high again? What does that look like? Well, the beauty of Bitcoin and XRP and all these other coded stores of value is that we've realized, nerds have realized, we do not need to pull precious metals out of the ground to store value. Instead, we can create a coded structure or network of contracts that give us trust within this digital space. And what does that look like? It basically looks like you could buy any increment of Bitcoin or XRP regularly, and that would be cost average investing. So that would be you opening your phone and looking at the description in the video, using my link to join Cash App. If you're not already in Cash App, you get free $5 to join Cash App. Then you can buy Bitcoin in Cash App and hold it. It's one of the simplest ways to do it. You buy $10 a week, $50 a week, whatever that is. Very, very simple. If you want to buy XRP, there's a link in the description. You get into Coinbase. You can buy XRP for 2 clicks. I literally bought at 30 cents the other day, completely separate from my original bags that have I have no idea what my cost average is because I buy and sell in and out of it all the time. Separate from that bag, I bought a fresh bag at 30 cents, and inside the week, it's gone up 120% or whatever. And it's thinking about, you could literally turn around and sell that back if you wanted to, get your capital back, and then you'd be holding completely free and clear to whatever potential that asset would go to. Now, these again are new technologies and they're just being developed, and they're interesting because they have a fixed supply, meaning that you can buy small increments of these potential tokens, and then as the demand increases, the fixed supply remains the same, the value increases. So, long story short, it's been a minute, and I know that for the most part, a lot of you guys that are going to see this video, you're probably my old school OG fan. What's up? I know it's been a minute. If you have not re-followed me on Twitter, go say hey on Twitter, re-follow my account. It was deleted. If you're not already following me on Instagram, say what's up on Instagram. And I'm going to be launching more videos talking directly about XRP. I'll be live streaming again soon. My housemate here, Alan, is very much a knowledgeable cryptocurrency advocate, and he's very much in a very knowledgeable position that's not exactly parallel to mine. So we disagree about some of these concepts, but we agree on a lot of the base fundamentals. So we're going to have some live streams coming out. That'll be really exciting for you guys. And also, I'm really going to do my best to break down advanced future trading and stock option trading for you and for my friends that have been asking about this. And I'm like, let me just help you. It's super simple. Don't be greedy. Learn the basics. Use the message of the market. Read the markets. Pay attention to the movement of the actual asset price. Don't pay attention to any news. Don't pay attention to any hype or whatever that's going on. And subscribe to this channel if this is the first time watching this video and you're just like, hey, who's this guy? My name's Kung Fu Nerd. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Click subscribe, share this video, and give me a comment. Say like, hey, how do I get really rich with $100, splitting it between Bitcoin futures and stock option trading, blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, let's do that video. Perfect. Cheers. You're beautiful and amazing just how you are. I really hope you do something nice for yourself today. Educate yourself on the financial landscape that you're trying to partake in. Drink water.
Brought to you by your team.